Steph with Stefsonabudget. Welcome back for another video. We are going to be setting up my budget for November 15th, which was yesterday. So I'm about a day late, $1 short, y'all. Typical for how my budgeting has been going. I need to kind of get it together. Now, I am always... when I say that, I kind of jokingly say that because when I set up my monthly calendar with my monthly spread, I've really already gone through what I kind of expect for that payday. And most of the time it's pretty close because we've been doing this so long. So, it's not like this huge deal if I'm a little bit behind like I am. But it still kind of is a little bit stressful for me. And this particular one, I have kind of been working off camera to try and figure out how I can kind of balance this because I am setting the budget up on the 16th and we've had kind of some unplanned expenses. They're not really, they're things that I probably should have prepped better for, in all honesty, and they just weren't on my radar. And so we just kind of made it work in this paycheck to get those things taken care of. And I'll kind of explain more as we get into the budget. So I use the Budget Mom method, and that is what we're looking at. So I have set up a calendar where I have listed every bill, and then I use the highlighter method that the Budget Mom teaches. So that's kind of what these colors are that you're seeing. So we're looking for this payday on the 15th, and we are going to be looking to pay everything that's highlighted in blue. Now you are going to see, again, several expenses here that are highlighted that you're not going to actually see in the budget because, like this credit card here is still an open account, but I don't have a balance on that. So, it's highlighted, but you're not going to see it because we don't have a payment there. So hopefully that makes sense. We're going to kind of be flipping a little bit and setting this up. I apologize. I didn't write down our exact pay numbers, but my husband and I both work full-time in healthcare, and we get paid on a biweekly basis, both on the same every other Friday. So this is full-time income for 2 earners is what we're looking at. And we are looking at $4,914 that we're going to be budgeting for this payday between the 2 of us. So I'm going to go ahead and write that here. I didn't write on my little cheat sheet here the exact breakdown. I, for some reason, just lumped them together. I think because I was playing with the math, you guys, like I said. This was not the one really to be late on, but I am. So, okay, let's go ahead and jump in. So income, we have that $4,914. And our fixed expenses, we are going to be setting aside the second half of the mortgage. And November is technically a magic month for us, you guys, where we really see the impact of a magic month is our mortgage payment. So I split my mortgage payment up between typically our 2 paydays per month. And so it's a pretty big chunk. $1,135 is what we're going to be setting aside for the second half of our mortgage. So we already saved the first half on our November 1st paycheck, and now we're going to save the second half for November 15th, and we'll combine those 2 halves to make our December mortgage payment. So when we have that third paycheck in November, we're not going to have this big mortgage chunk that needs to come out. And that's really where we see the most bang for our buck on the magic month. I never have like, a whole paycheck extra. It never works out that way for me because I have to do my envelopes every 2 weeks and I still have bills. Usually what it does is it makes the amount of bills I have each payday a little bit less. So it's kind of spread out through the entire month. I hope that makes sense. Some people have a way of budgeting their magic months to where they kind of budget it in a way that they essentially can kind of see that whole paycheck. That just never like worked well for me. And so this is the way that I kind of prefer to do mine. Okay, so we have our half mortgage on the 15th. Also on the 15th, we have our lovely car insurance. And you're gonna see me put an A here, and that's just a way for me to identify that this bill comes out automatically. I don't have to log into my car insurance provider and physically pay this bill. It's gonna come out on its own. And so that's also the 15th, and that is the lovely $654. You guys know I love to say this is my favorite bill to pay. I absolutely despise paying car insurance, especially at this amount, you guys. 2 years ago, we were paying about half of this. So, you know, granted, we do have a new teenage driver that really drove up the rates, of course. And then we've added a vehicle. So, I mean, in all fairness, it makes a little bit of sense, but I still think the rates are just up in general, of course, for everybody. So if you are new here, this is for 6 drivers, you guys, and 4 vehicles, 2 of which actually, 3 of the 4 are actually newer vehicles. They're like 2022 and up. So, you know, the rates are a little bit more there. So that is probably more than you want to know about my car insurance, but that is kind of why it is so high. Okay, next up, let me kind of flip back to the monthly spread. And so we're just kind of following along. I have an Apple Music subscription. So let's do that. So we have Apple Music on the 15th also. And I'm going to put another A here because that also comes out automatically. And that is for $19. I'm having a brain fart is what I call them. Okay, our next bill is going to be Netflix. This is usually when we pay all our subscriptions. They're for some reason kind of lumped together. And our Netflix is $25. Okay, flipping you guys again. We have a couple of debt snowballs. So that's on the 20th. So we've got our Discover on the 20th, and that is $200. Okay, and then we have my Subaru payment on the 21st, and that's for $459. So that's my car payment. Okay, City One, I almost forgot this last time because I haven't had a balance on it in a while, and we have a balance again. So $11.22, and we're gonna put $100 towards that one. Okay, and then I have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. Absolutely love my Kindle Unlimited, and that's $13. And then next we have iCloud on the 25th, and that one is $11, and that also comes out on its own. Okay, and then we have our Disney Plus, and that's on the 26th. Okay, and that, I think, I budgeted last month $20, and I think it was 17 something with the increase. So I'm gonna budget 18 this month. Okay, next up we have, so at the beginning of 2024, our ovens went out. We have a double wall oven in our home, and they went out at the beginning, well, actually at the end of last year, right around the holidays, when we had to like cook a big old turkey and everything. It was terrible. We managed to get it to hold on through the month of December, but at the beginning of the year, we went ahead and purchased new ovens, and we have since paid those off. But we have the debt snowball, and that's on the, not that it matters because it's a snowball, but it's for the 27th, and that's $125. And then last for this payday, we have our cell phone bill, and that's on the 28th, and that's $330. It used to be $310, but that recently jumped up $20. And that is for, oh, I always forget this. We pay for 5 phones and a tablet, so it's like 6 lines and all that. And we get free HBO Max with ours, which is pretty good. So that is it for fixed expenses. So let's go ahead and add all those up together and see what we're looking at. All right, friends, we're looking at $3,089. And if we take that from the $4,914 in our income, that leaves us with $1,825. So we're gonna bring down the $1,825 to our variable expenses. And these don't ever change for us, you guys. So we're gonna have groceries, Costco, gas for our vehicles. We do a miscellaneous category. We have a house and beauty envelope. We do spending. We have water, and this is for like drinking water, not a water bill for the home. We do takeout, and then we have pets. So this is gonna get a little bit interesting because I'm a day late. We've already started spending out of these envelopes. And of course, you know, a lot of times I have money left in my envelopes and I kind of roll that over into savings. This time I did have some left over, and typically with that leftover money, that's how I'll fund my first week of Monday Minis. And then my second week of Monday Minis, I usually fund with like my Etsy payout. As long as I have rollover and an Etsy payout, I do the minis. If I don't, then I just won't have the money to do those for that week. And so far it's worked out okay. But so some of that rollover is gonna go to minis. And then I started spending out of envelopes. So groceries is going to get $300 because I haven't done that. But we went to Costco last night and I barely pulled money today. So I just used, well, I typically use my Costco card anyways, and then I pull the money from my envelopes and pay my card. Well, this time I'm not even gonna pull the money. I just went ahead and paid the card already. And so we're not gonna pull any cash here. And I have already deducted that amount from the income, if that makes sense. So the income was a little bit higher than this, but to keep it straight in my brain, this was easier for me. So we spent that and I've already paid the card. Gas is going to get $150. Miscellaneous, we spent today. This morning we had a lot of chores and errands, and so that's gone. House and beauty is gonna get $20. I have an Amazon subscription for my husband's shampoo, and that came out on Friday. And so again, instead of pulling the money and then paying back my card, I just went ahead and paid the card directly already. And so normally I would put 60, but I've spent 40, so we're just gonna do 20. Spending is gonna get $300 this week. Water for the drinking water is gonna get 42. And I'm sorry, I always say this week, but it's for 2 weeks, you guys. So think in term, this covers us for 2 weeks, not one. Takeout is gonna get its 100. And then pets, also, I've already spent the $35. So Dunkin's wet food, I also have on Amazon subscription. It's like the only place I can find that food. It also came out on Friday. And so instead of stuffing and then putting it back in, I just went ahead and paid the card. So that's done. And that's all already been taken off the top of our income just to make the math a little bit easier in my brain. Although in the end, I'm not sure I achieved that goal, but for budget purposes, that's what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and add up our envelopes here. We're looking at $912, which is the number that makes sense in my brain. And we're gonna take that from the $1,825, which is gonna leave us with $913. So we're going to bring the 913 up to the top here. Okay. And then this is our sinking funds. Although I don't outright stuff my sinking funds right now, I am using savings challenges for that. So we have Christmas, we do our month ahead, and we have our emergency fund. We have our savings challenge binder is how we typically fund these sinking funds. And then we have our debt binder. Okay, so Christmas is gonna get 100. So we're just gonna math this along. Month ahead is gonna get 33 and emergency fund is gonna get 40. So minus 33 minus 40. We're gonna put 200 in savings challenges. And we're gonna put 250 into our debt binder, which is gonna leave us 290. Is that right? That seems high. I know why. I actually didn't take the Costco money out of here. So I actually needed to add the Costco money in here. Oh boy, this is gonna get messy. So, okay, let me go back up here and we're gonna add the 200. I knew that seemed, whoop, sorry for the bump. I knew that seemed funny. So 912 plus 200, whoop. 912 plus 200 is actually 1112. So let's do 1112. Okay. And so 1825 minus 1112 is 713, not 913. And that seems right. 713. And then this would be 90. Boop. Okay. Terrible. I'll probably print out a new one in all honesty because this will drive me crazy to look at. Okay, so 713 minus 100. So minus all of these is 90. Okay, perfect. And this is $623. Okay, and this $90, I'm just gonna bring down here to extra savings. And this actually has gotten spent. So it's not really savings. I'll know. I'm gonna do this U-Haul. Okay. So that's 90. Okay, and that gets us to 0. So this $90 we spent this morning for some of our chores and errands. So we needed to winterize the backyard. We have sprinklers and a drip system and all of that. And then we have 2 dogs. So we have big trees. We create a pretty large amount of stuff that needs to go to the dump every fall, winter, like when we're transitioning kind of into our winter months. And so my husband was also helping to haul off a lot of stuff from my parents' house because they had a leak in their bathroom, and so they ended up redoing one of their bathrooms. And so we knew we were going to the dump, so we just grabbed their stuff too. And so just all that chores and everything was 90. So that's already spent, and that's kind of just coming out of the budget. So unexpected, but not really. I just need to plan better for that kind of money around this time of year. And honestly, normally I would pull something like this from my house sinking fund, but the reason I'm not is because I'm using that money for, I'm going to have somebody come and clean my house next week and do a really good deep clean for me before the holidays when we have family and stuff over. I struggled a lot with that, but my husband was just like, just do it, Stephanie. I don't care what it costs. Let's just do it and save ourselves the stress. You know, my husband and I work full time. We both work really hard. We have 4 kids, 3 of which are still in the home, 2 dogs. You know, we have a lot going on in our lives, and sometimes it's just hard to keep up with even the day-to-day stuff. And so I'm just going to look at it as a gift to my husband and I for the Christmas season. And that is what we're going to do. So normally I'd pull from that, but I'm just glad income-wise we were able to make all this funkiness work, and we still have all of our bills paid. We're stuffing our wallet, and we're saving money. So in the end, it all worked out pretty good. I just wish I was better prepared for this budget this time. All right, friends, this is probably already a really long budget with me, and I was going to do my cash stuffing. So let me go ahead and transition over to getting my wallet and stuff out. So you'll see a little edit here, and I'll be right back. All right, friends, we are ready to stuff a little bit into our wallet here. So groceries is going to get the 300. So there's 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 3. I do need to go to the grocery store. It's becoming one of my least favorite chores to do. Okay, so we're not stuffing Costco because I have already spent that money, like I said. Also, I pulled $100 out of here because I spent $288 at Costco, and so I pulled $100 out of here for the other 88, and I still have money left over, which is awesome. Okay, House and Beauty is gonna get 20, so we'll stuff that in there. Miscellaneous, we spent as part of our chores earlier this morning. Spending is gonna get 300, so 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 3. Okay, so there's that. Actually, I'm gonna take these nicer ones here. Okay, and then water is gonna get the last $42, you guys. So this might be one of those situations where I'm not gonna have a lot of rollover. And then pets, I've already spent for that Amazon subscription that came through yesterday. So that's it for the wallet. Quick, easy. Our gas and our takeout stays in the account, and we just use our debit card for that stuff. So because I ain't about to go into the gas station and pay for gas, especially in the wintertime. No, thank you. I just use my card for that. But okay, that's it. Officially, we are now ready for November 15th, a day late, but I feel much better now that this is done and all situated, and I can just go on about the 2 weeks as budgeted. So thank you, friends, for joining me for this crazy budget with me. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to stick around, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.